Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Aditya, and today we are focusing on something that can make or break your app security posture, setting up a web application firewall WAF in Azure Front Door to prevent DDoS style traffic spikes. Now, if you are new to Azure Front Door itself, I highly recommend checking out our step by step video where we set up Azure Front Door from scratch. It's been really well received and lays the perfect foundation for today's tutorial. I'll link it up here and in the description below. In this video, we are picking up from there and going deep into how to create a WAF policy, what detection and prevention mode really means, and how to add a custom rule that limits requests from a single IP to mitigate aggressive bot traffic or potential attacks. By the end of this, you'll not only have your WAF policy deployed and linked, but you'll also understand exactly what's happening under the hood. Let's jump in. Alright, we begin in Azure Front Door. Go ahead and search your Azure Front Door resource or create one if you don't already have it. I have it on my recent usage. I'll simply open it from here. So the WAF configuration can be added or linked in Front Door Manager under Settings. Now I'm going to click on Add and fill in the basic details to create a new WAF policy. It is going to create a WAF policy with defaults and not give us a lot of options. We can simply just create from here. But no worries, once it's created, we can configure the configurations as per our needs and also choose between detection mode or prevention mode. By default, it will create one for us in the detection mode. So detection mode can analyze what would have been blocked without enforcing it just yet. I'll explain the difference between the two in a moment. Also, this is not the only way to create your WAF policy. You can always go to Marketplace on Azure portal and search for WAF policy. From there, you can create one with full configurations and then come back to Azure Front Door in the Front Door Manager, and in the drop down here, we can select the existing WAF policy and link it up with our Azure Front Door. Once the policy is created, let's head into it. Let's talk about detection versus prevention for a moment. Detection mode logs suspicious traffic but doesn't block it. Great for testing rules without impacting real users. Prevention mode actively blocks traffic matching your rules. Use this only after validating that no legitimate users are getting caught. For this demo, we are using detection. You can switch to prevention later with a single toggle once you are confident. Here, you'll see settings like managed rules, custom rules, and more. Think of managed rules as pre-packed protections from Microsoft for things like common exploits and injection attacks, and you will get these for probably premium Azure Front Doors, and that is the reason why we are not seeing it for our standard Azure Front Door WAF policy that we have created. But today we are focusing on custom rules, so that's good, and where we will set up a DDoS like rate limiting rule. Now let's click add custom rule and give it a name like block high frequency IP or something like that. I'm gonna keep it very simple and call it DDoS. Set the rule type to rate limit and define the conditions to match IP address in the range of 192.168.00/24, which is basically the subnet mapping IP subnet range of class C. And as rate limit, we have 100 requests per 5 minutes. Quick clarification here. This rule means each IP in the range can make up to 100 requests every 5 minutes. If a single IP crosses that, only that IP is rate limited, not the entire range. That's super helpful for protecting your app from aggressive bots or misconfigured clients. Once our new rule is updated, we can just go back to our Azure Front Door Manager and just validate that WAF policy is still associated with our Azure Front Door in the WAF Policy tab. And just like that, we have created a basic defense layer that protects our app from spiky or malicious request patterns. And this is it for today. So you know how to set up a WAF policy on Azure Front Door, create a custom rate limiting rule for potential DDoS traffic, understand detection versus prevention mode, and properly link the policy to your resource. Remember, rate limiting isn't a full DDoS solution, but it's an essential part of layered security. Azure also offers DDoS protection standard if you need deeper defense mechanisms. If you found this helpful, please like the video and drop your questions in the comments. I am always happy to help. And don't forget to subscribe for more Azure tutorials made simple. See you in the next one.